All right, everybody, it is Paul here with my channel Value Flips. I'm a part-time reseller, so I go to thrift stores, estate sales, sometimes garage sales, and I look to buy stuff cheaply and I flip it on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. Before we head out thrifting, I'm going to share a few sales with you guys. Sales have definitely picked up as we head towards Christmas. First up is this Lamax 2018 Pet Pics Photography Christmas Village. This I got at a Goodwill about a month ago. I paid $8 for it. I ended up flipping it for $39.99. There was no shipping because this was a local pickup. So somebody contacted me through eBay and we did the local pickup. It went really well. Now, how old are you guys? Do you guys remember this item? This is a Mr. Turtle Coleco Green Vintage Plastic kickboard for swimming. I know when I was just a little squirt and took swimming lessons, this was an item that I actually used. So very nostalgic for me. Just an awesome looking item. It was in okay condition. I ended up getting it at a Value Village about 5 months ago. I paid $5 for it. Ended up flipping it for $37.60. So great flip, great item. Kind of sad to see it go, but happy that it's going to find a new home. This is a great sale. So I got this Milwaukee electrician's belt at a thrift store at the beginning of November, so just a few weeks ago. I only paid $9 for this electrician's belt, and it actually still had the tags on it. So just an amazing find. Paid $9 and I ended up selling it for $99 plus shipping. I see that they go on Amazon for over 150. I had mine listed for 110 and somebody offered me $99 and I decided to move it. So great flip. Milwaukee is obviously a great tool brand to look out for. So if you find their stuff, pick it up. All right, we are out here thrifting. And at this church thrift store, my first pickup is going to be this Vampire Diaries for $2.50. It is sealed, brand new sealed game board. It's about 15 years old. I know nothing about this show, but I saw that there were some solds for this game, so about $20 to $30. So I will take that, and I'll just note the damage on the shrink wrap in my listing. It's a different game. Never looked that up. It might have been worth a few dollars. I take a look in the baskets. I'm looking for like phase 10 dice, any rare games, especially sealed games. I'll look up. I found some good games in that section. Now I'm checking out the plush in the same store here. And that chair is cool. I don't know what is that from Dora? I think that's from Dora, that chair. I see this. So this is a decent brand, Sandy Lion. If you can find their stickers new sealed, they can be worth some money. The case was in very rough shape, and it was empty. So neat to see though. I head over to the kitchen section, checking out the appliances. A lot of wear on some of these items, kind of light. And here's the Visions casserole dish. They wanted $15 for it. That's a fair price, but not for resale. It's just very heavy and bulky to ship. But yeah, like $15 for that. That's a 4.5 liter, I believe. So it's a nice casserole dish. And I'm in the kind of junky sports section, the same store, and I noticed this a Dominizer. And no, that's not Suzanne Summers. Never seen this thing before. I saw that there were some solds for it, so I thought maybe I could take a look at it. The box was in rough shape, but inside it looked brand new. I really hesitated on it. It's because it's not a super popular item. I head over to Salvation Army, find one of these video game guitars. They just wanted too much for it, and this one actually had some pieces kind of rattling in it. But I could tell right off the bat that this was a Wii guitar because it has the big space for the Wii nunchuck to go in there. So that's a dead giveaway when you see that. This one just had too many condition issues, and they wanted, I think, $12 for it. It's a little too pricey, and for not knowing if it would work or whatnot. So I ended up putting it back on the shelf. In the same store, I do find that this Schitt's Creek Rosebud Motel Hallmark ornament for $3. It looks almost brand new. See, somebody had it for sale for 50 cents, but $3. I've seen that they have been selling around the $15 mark for me. So I will pick that up. Salad shooter. Not sure what that is. Some type of vacuum bags. Checking out the dishes. And I was checking, I thought those were shish kebab skewers. Not finding anything in that aisle, so I head over to another aisle. See this chime, but it's Hampton Bay, so it's Home Depot. They wanted $6 for this. This is a wireless or wired door chime. And these can do well, but that I don't think this brand is very good. I really couldn't find anything on it. I really hesitated because it was brand new sealed, but I thought I really didn't want to sit on it. But the price was fair, right? $6 for that. These are actually IKEA magnetic bars, and just the sell through rate was too slow on that for me. So it's kind of nice that they're brand new sealed, though. Checking out the printers. I can say I've honestly never really sold a printer on eBay or Poshmark. Did look up this Ghetto Blaster, this Sony, and it's just not old enough, so no value there. And electronics were light at this Value Village. This is a knockoff guitar, so it's not a good one. So put that back. Hey, head over to the toys, which is right beside the board games. And this is a cool game to see. Jurassic Park from the early 90s, the board game. It is a massive box. And unfortunately, the box was damaged and it was missing pieces. I did open it and look in it and decided to, it wasn't worth it. If it was $1 or $2, I probably would have picked it up, but not for $8. And always try to count the pieces or, look in the boxes before you buy the board games. I will, pierce the tape and look in the, because count all the pieces and whatnot. I will do that in store. I've never really had a problem doing that in store with staff and whatnot. Just checking out all these toys. If I can find any bolos or bangers. I've sold this character before. I'm not even sure what he's from. He's worth a few dollars, but he's missing a chain. He has a chain hanging down from his mouth, and it was missing, so I put that back. And then I find some snowboard boots. These are K2 snowboard boots. They were only $15, and they're size 8, which is what my son's wearing right now. So, that's a steal of a deal for, used snowboard boots, that brand. And then I was looking at this pretty neat looking Team Arctic jacket. They wanted $50 for it, and that's what it's fully valued. But I do like the style, totally 90s snowmobile style. It's awesome. And this is a Salvation Army, and I'm looking at the ceramics, flipping over Learning more and more about ceramics and porcelains. Checking out this butter dish. It's unbranded. Just a bunch of plates, and most of those decorative plates are not worth money, so I will not spend a lot of time on them. I think that the thrift stores end up throwing a lot of them out. Those decorative plates that hung on the wall in the 70s and the 80s. I did check out these remotes. Nothing that was popping out. And then I see on this shelf, this is a Rainbow Rainmate. I have bought and sold those before, so there's money to be made there, and they only wanted $6.99 for it. But I got some good stuff, guys. Let's go to the haul. All right, now we are back home and I can go over this haul. Pretty cool items. Over here for $2.50, I got this Vampire Diaries board game. It's sealed. Got a little bit of box damage, but for $2.50, I really do think there's some money there. I see some solds between $20 and $30 on Poshmark. Was a unique item, only $1 at a thrift store, and it's an eagle. It's a Joan Baker Designs. I don't get a whole lot of, for these. This one's in great condition. That's one of the reasons why I got it. It was so cheap. Probably around $10 for that. Same with this. This is from Schitt's Creek. It's a Hallmark ornament. I paid $3 for it. I'm hoping to get $15 for it. I already have some interest in it. I already listed it. For $10 at Salvation Army, I got the Scentsy Appreciation wax warmer. It's a red apple wax warmer. It's in like new condition, so I should be able to get $30 for that. And then at Value Village, I got these two Dymo 1570s. These are from the 60s or 70s, and they're metal. They're heavy metal. These they make this kind of tape. And I've sold these before. I get anywhere from $30 to upwards of $50 for these a piece. I paid up for them. I paid $10, but there's still some good money there, and I've sold these before. They're very easy to clean and test, so I know that I'll be able to sell them. Sell-through rate's pretty good on them too. Over here was a very cool find. So I went in Salvation Army. I don't normally, I do a quick glance through the glass area while the cases where, the higher value my items are. And why I do a really quick scan through there is that most of those items in those cases, I figure that, the employees have properly priced them or overpriced them. So I really don't want to spend a lot of time looking for overpriced merchandise. But I do force myself to do a quick glance in that area. And I'm glad I did on this day, because there was a bag of Ninja Turtles from the late 80s, early 90s, and they wanted $30 for the bag. That's, all in, no tax, $30. And there's a bunch of figures in there, probably close to between $150 to $300 worth of Ninja Turtles. There are all the conditions vary. There are some more rare ones here, like this Leo one's a little rare. And I had a troll one that I'm going to put up a picture of so that you guys can see. I already sold it. I got $20 for the troll one, troll Michelangelo. So, just very exciting find for me. I love dealing with this kind of stuff. This is a Wolfman one from 1993. It's Leo. I don't think I'd ever seen this one before, but just really interesting stuff, brings back some childhood memories, and some duplicates here and whatnot, but I should easily be able to make some good money on that. And I love selling this kind of stuff. And then I was at Value Village this morning and I picked up two items. This one item I saw in the junk aisle, I believe I got it on camera too, for $6.99. This is a Rainbow Rainmate 1 liter. It's a kind of an air purifier thingy. I tested it in store, works fine. I get anywhere from $30 to $50 for these. I actually found, this is the second one I found in the last 2 weeks. So something that I look for. And then this was on my bucket list, and I found it finally. After a few years of searching, I actually I actually came close to getting one of these in the spring at a community yard sale, but the lady in front of me at this yard sale got one of these trees for $2, and she was just, her timing was better than mine. She was there, a few seconds up the driveway and was able to get it. And it was just one of those things where, it just sucks, but you just move on. So I'm at Value Village. I'm looking around. The store's not terribly busy, and up on an upper shelf, I see this. And if you don't know what this is from the 1970s. This is an Atlantic mold ceramic Christmas tree, and it lights up. There's a bulb in there. Value Village wanted $13.49. These are little birds, and I checked. There's no cracks or chips on it, but underneath it's kind of heavy and bulky. There's the bulb, and it does say, I should go show you guys the bottom so that you kind of know. Some of these are newer. They've been remade, but this is actually an original. See how it says Atlantic mold there? And it actually says 74. So this one's from 1974. So that'll tip you off. So as soon as I double checked that when I pulled it off the shelf, I got kind of excited. And another thing is to look at the plug, right? You can see how this plug is a very 1970s looking plug. Doesn't have the polarity yet there. So very interesting. I tested it in store. It worked fine. So this is just a great find. These plastic birds that are on here, so you can order these on Amazon, and it's $10 for a pack of a bunch of them. And that's what I'm going to do, because I plan on hopefully finding more of these trees, because there's a couple of them missing. But solds on this are kind of all over the place. Some of them are selling for $80, and I've seen some solds over $200. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to price it yet, but or if I'm going to try maybe selling it locally, because it is kind of something somewhat fragile. But I've looked it over really carefully before I checked out. It has no cracks or chips on it. It is just a very cool item. So that is awesome. Got excited about it today. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully you guys learned something about reselling. If you can like and subscribe, that'd be great. And I'll keep making the videos. We'll see you on the next one.